This is dds02d. I'm visiting the Goodwood plantation and museum once again here in Tallahassee, Florida. Got to kind of find my way around here, but this is a plantation and it's dedicated to the people who were enslaved here. It says the land upon which Goodwood Mansion was constructed was part of the original land grant rewarded to the Marquis de Lafayette for his service during the Revolutionary War. Hardy Croom of North Carolina, a planter and recognized naturalist, purchased this parcel of land. Upon his and his family's untimely death in 1837, construction of the mansion was completed by his brother, Brian Croom, in the 1840s. So Goodwood's original Italianate style was characterized by floor-to-ceiling windows, a cupola on the roof which admits light, air, and ventilation, and a broad veranda. The home was made of locally produced brick from Richard Shine's factory, which was scored with stucco to simulate stone work. The interior includes massive doors, 8 marble fireplaces, one of the oldest fresco ceilings in Florida, and a mahogany staircase with semicircular flights to the second floor. Well, that's really interesting. I've got to make my way around here. Try to get to this visitor center. I'll be right back. So here's the visitor center, kind of going up this visitor center. Nice live oak trees. Once again, live oak trees. Go up here and just see what's going on. All right, there's the visitor center.
Two entrepreneurs, Hardy and Brian Croom, did a lot of buying land down in Florida. They were from New Bern, North Carolina. They had used up their soil up there. When Florida opened up, it was a fertile area, so people were buying land down here. They bought, Hardy bought 2,400 acres. But traveling back and forth was really hard, as you can imagine back in those days. So he decided he was going to convince his wife to move. He'd built her this grand home. So when he approached her, she said no way. She didn't want to come down to the crocodiles and the Indians and the mosquitoes and everything. So apparently he convinced her, and they packed up, was on their way down in a steamship called Home. Hurricane hit. They went down on the coast of North Carolina. So Hardy, his wife, their children, and a companion, a sister-in-law was with them, all perished. Now Brian and his dad and another brother had actually bought land west of here. And Brian had gone to Charleston to meet them, to help them move their stuff here. Hurricane actually took over. Hardy had the idea, but Brian is the one who actually got it going.
Okay.
He grew cotton and corn, and he amassed 8,000 acres here. So all this acreage was Goodwood back then. Wow. But during this time, Brian was in litigation with Hardy's mother-in-law, who thought she should get the property because it was her daughter that lost her life in the hurricane. So the courts agreed, and Brian and Evelyn had to move out after 20 years. She immediately, the mother-in-law, immediately sold the property to Arva Hopkins, who was a gentleman from New York area. He moved down, put all his money in the Confederates. He married Susan Branch, who was a daughter of a governor of Florida. And he and Susan had 8 children, which is the only children that was raised in the house. If you're around Tallahassee much, you'll see the Hopkins name around here. In fact, there's a power plant named after him. So, we still have a lot of them here.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you're from Tallahassee.
I'm from here, yeah.
Okay, are you?
Yep, I'm actually from here,
I think the power plant's off on the Enon Church Road.
Right, Enon Church. Yeah, we call it Enon Church. Yeah, uh-huh.
But during this time, Arva had the only telegraph machine in Tallahassee. That's how Tallahassee found out about the Civil War. Of course, they were here during the Civil War, and you know what happened then. Things started going down. He passed away in 1883, and Susan finally had to go bankrupt. She went bankrupt. She couldn't keep going. Sold the property to a Dr. and Mrs. Arrowsmith, and this is really all we know about them. They were from England. They had moved over to the Pittsburgh area when this come up for sale, so they bought this. His health wasn't very well, so they was thinking this would be better for him. They moved down in 1885, and they was here just a short time before he passed away. But Miss Arrowsmith continued to live here with a companion until 1911, when she sold the property to Fanny Tears. Now, Fanny family was from New York, New Jersey area. They was in shipping, so she was very rich. So she come down, and we owe her a lot because she made it what it is today. The antebellum type house, the gardens and everything. This become her winter solace. In other words, they were our snowbirds.
Snowbird.
Okay. She come in, she put in the swimming pool, she put in the roller skating rink, she put in the tennis courts.
I saw the pool. That's a nice pool. That's a beautiful pool.
And it was a heated pool back then, 13 feet deep. So it was really neat. Her friends would come down and spend the winter here. And they'd probably come down like in November and go back up in March. Yeah. And so it was kind of like a resort, I always say. She put, you're standing in the original kitchen. Mrs. Tears built a kitchen over in the main house, come in and built onto this, made it another cabin for her friends to stay in. Because obviously they couldn't all stay in the main house. Then in 1925, she sold the property to William and Margaret Hodges. Now, Senator Hodges was a Florida senator, and when he bought the property, it became a very political hub. A lot of entertaining dignitaries and all that kind of stuff. They were here until 1940 when he passed away. But Margaret continued to live here, renting out the cabins to earn a little extra money, to pay for the maintenance and everything. She met Tom Hood, who was actually renting one of the cabins. That's how they met. They fell in love, married, and obviously he moved into the main house. They continued to live here, entertain, keep it up. He helped her keep it up to 1978 when she passed away. But Mr. Hood continued to live here until 1990. So it was a private residence from the time Brian and Evelyn moved in until 1990. But before he passed away, thank God, he set up the Margaret E. Wilson Foundation, and because he wanted it brought back to the way it was in 1925 when she first moved in, because she was here 53 years and we owe her a lot. So that's basically the history. Do you have any questions or?
I see some more. So the rest of these are just some pictures here.
Oh, yeah, these are just pictures.
Okay. Yeah, this is magnificent here. Can you tell me a little bit more about this piece here? This is a fantastic piece of
Back when the senator and Margaret was here, they did their grand tour of Europe in 1939, and while they was over there, Hitler started doing his thing, and they was advised to get out. While they were there, she bought this mirror. Didn't think anything about it, but then in the 50s, it showed up at the door, so it lasted through the war. And,
wow, that is
but true to a woman's prerogative, she had changed her mind, so it's been just leaning up against the wall ever since. We believe they got the chandeliers and everything over in Murano, Italy, while they was over there. So it's
a beautiful piece.
it is.
It's a very beautiful piece.
This is the way the house originally looked when Brian first moved in. And of course, Mrs. Tears is the one who did all the changes.
All the changes. All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Right.
So that's Margaret up there, right there in the picture. And this is the senator.
Correct.
Right. Because this vase or vase is pictured with Margaret up here. That's the vase or vase. It's right here. And this piece right here.
I think it is from France.
From France?
Yeah.
This is from France. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Now this does not belong to Goodwood.
This is just some, okay. All right, let's continue. We're going to go ahead and continue.
Oldest, because this is where they built this one, and this is where they lived while this one was being built. Because, back
And what's the name of this building right here, you call it?
It's just a house.
It's just a house,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
So
But,
that's original, and that one you said was
this
original?
one was the kitchen.
Right,
This was the kitchen.
right.
This one back here
Right.
was kind of like a pantry where they stored their food and everything. And of course, Brian and Evelyn lived here while this one was being built, because they didn't build them in 3 months back then. It was a
Right.
while. So this one is actually probably the oldest, since they lived here first.
Okay.
And then when the mistress told them to serve, they would go, in the dining room and serve it. So, but then when she put the kitchen over here, she made this another cabin for her friends to share. Okay?
Wow, thank you.
Let's go around to the front door, and then I'll go in and
Yes, ma'am.
unlock and let you in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you walked around outside any? Or?
Just a little bit, not a whole lot. But yeah, this is nice.
I showed you the picture. It was originally an Italianate style house, and then when Mrs. Tears bought the property, we just assumed that she liked the colonial Victorian, because she come in and changed the whole thing. She even changed the cupola up on top. This is their grapefruit tree. You can see they still got the grapefruit. Then the old the sago palms, and of course the old trees, water oak,
Live oak, yeah.
But you're from this area.
Oh yeah,
That's all.
oh yeah,
But you can see how tall the sago palms are.
oh yeah.
So they said to get that big, it took hundreds of years. So I'm going to go in and unlock, and I'll meet you here at the front door.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'll be waiting. Thank you. This is a beautiful, beautiful building. This is the main house. The building where the explanation was given, that was the kitchen. But this is the main house here. I'll back up a little bit. Still walking. gonna move forward in here.
You didn't go? You see it?
These windows are gigantic.
We're trying to get a lizard out.
Oh,
Give him in my hands. Don't let him
Okay.
scare you.
oh I ain't, okay. All right. Keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
Get
going.
in here and they die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's already.
He's a little skinny, but he's gonna be okay.
Well, he's probably been in here for a while. so,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Well.
chase. While y'all come in, I'll chase him over there to
All
get
right.
him in the green.
Okay. You know they change colors, right? They change colors on you.
Yeah, they do.
Mhm. I mean, this is a fantastic building here.
It is, isn't it? Go ahead,
Mhm.
Joanne. I'm sorry. We'll,
I'm sorry.
yeah, go ahead and. Thank you so much. Yep, this is all the Italianate, the original house.
Mhm.
Didn't have all this, We just
Right.
assumed that Mrs. Tears liked this, so she come in and built the bigger porch with the big columns and,
Right,
and
right.
everything. So,
Mhm. The main house
The,
is called, right? The main
Mhm.
house, right?
the shutters and all have been hanging here since the 1800s, so they're original to the house.
Hmm. The windows are gigantic.
They are. Yeah. So,
Since the 1800s, these green shutters. I mean, well, yeah. So, yeah. All right.
Mrs. Tears put her name on the doorbell.
Hmm.
Because on the first floor, you flaunt your
Ooh,
wealth.
this is beautiful here. Do I need to
Yeah.
take my shoes off?
Oh, no.
Okay, because, oh, goodness. This is, you need some help? Oh, let me see.
I think I got
You
it.
got it?
I think so. Isn't it down in the hole?
Oh, no, not all. There it is. Now it's in there. Yeah, it's in there
I
now.
just don't want people coming in.
Right,
on us.
right. All
So,
right.
what are you filming this for your class?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You
So
gonna
just
give
a
me a
quick look.
percentage of it now?
Yeah.
This is the ceilings are 13 feet on the first and second floor. The hall is 12 feet wide, and it is open.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they didn't have air conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
so they would open up the doors and the windows to have cross ventilation. I tell you that we have a basement, but it's a real tiny basement because if you're from Florida, you can't have
Right.
basements in Florida because when you dig down, it's water.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a little small one. But the theory being that hot air rises, so it would go out the cupola, cooler air would come in to keep your house
Mm-hmm.
cool.
That's a pretty, nice idea, too, I mean,
It
because
is.
it's always cooler down low than it is up high.
The
right.
carpet, this is not the original. We do have a piece of the original.
Okay.
But this was just, we sent it to Bigelow, and they made it because our owners, the Creams, were so rich, so they had the first floor carpeted except the dining room, and then Mrs. Tears had it carpeted when she bought the property. So this is the way, keep in mind, this is the way it looked in 1925 when Margaret first walked in, okay?
Okay.
This mirror here was put here by Brian himself, so it's been here since the 1800s. This was candles. And the medallion up top kept the soot from getting on the ceiling.
Oh, that's what that's for. Okay.
And, but it's decorative also.
Right.
Then Mrs. Tears was living here when electricity come out, and because she was so rich, she got electricity put in. So, but she didn't cover up the bulbs because she wanted to flaunt her finances. So,
Yeah, this is extravagant. Very extravagant.
when Mrs. Tears come in to put in bathrooms and all, she had to take up space because she did not build onto it. And what she did, we had two staircases. This is the family staircase, and we had the servant staircase because they wasn't allowed to use the family staircase.
Oh, okay.
But she come in and took the servant staircase and put in bathrooms. So obviously they just started using this. You know. You're welcome to walk down and see the first, we call it the first powder room
Okay.
that she made. And this is where the servant staircase was at.
Okay. Okay. You call this what now? Powder room?
Yeah, it's a bathroom.
Okay.
But it was much better than going to the outhouse.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay.
Then this picture is of Henrietta Smith. This is the infamous mother-in-law.
Right.
Went to court.
Right.
Then in here is just a front room, parlor, whatever you want to call it. We call it the music room sometimes. It's probably changed over a course of time. This door here is where the servants used to come out. Their stairs used to come out here.
Oh,
But then
okay.
she took it and put it in a bathroom, but she
Right.
left the door and all, which is
Mm-hmm.
The fireplace is one of 5 in the house. This is the only black Italian marble. And that's another way of just showing your wealth.
Mm-hmm.
The piano is a piano forte. It was made up in New York.
Oh, I didn't even see this. Okay.
As mother of pearl with green sea snail in the background there. You can see a picture of the ladies playing it here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Then over here, I wanted to show you this. It gives you an idea of how thick the walls are.
These walls are very, very
Then if
thick.
you look up in here, look up.
Ooh, look at this.
These are the oldest cescas in the state of Florida. And this was all done before Brian and Evelyn moved in. It is the Greek key around the edges, and it was gilded in gold. Then it's Aesop's Fables and the seasons, winter, spring, fall, summer. And you had the discovery of fire and of water at the other end.
Mm-hmm.
The sconce, and the sconces and all above the windows is all. The murals was put here by Brian himself. And in this fireplace, you can see it's Italian marble also, but it's not black, but it's real fancy. Because down here you flaunt your wealth. On the second floor, not so much because that's only family. She did not electrify this, which we're very glad because she would have messed up our ceilings if she did.
Right, right.
Then
Very nice.
in here,
Very nice.
If you look up in here, you will see the different
This
This
is
is more
amazing.
formal. That when the house was first built, this was the formal parlor, and this was more like a family room. But then when you, if you notice, the window down here with the mirror, then down here, she put the kitchen back here when she put in the kitchen. So that made this room darker, and this became more like their family room. You can look at the chandelier. You can see the soot and everything on it because they had a fire to keep warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was his law, his books, the senator's law books, and then he had all these books.
Wow.
Then back out into the hall.
Ooh.
We believe that a lot of stuff we give credit to the Aerosmiths because they brought it all over from England.
Mm-hmm.
The paintings we believe they brought because when she sold, she moved to an apartment in Tallahassee, and you can't hang. You don't have 13-foot ceilings in an apartment.
Right.
So and this is kind of this desk area. Their stamp, their magnifying glass and inkwell and everything.
Amazing, amazing, just absolutely amazing.
This is the carriage house, which is in the back. If you walk around some, you can see.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what it looks like today. It looks different today than it did there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the stairs, they are mahogany and they go all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we can't go up there.
Right, right.
So let's
go in here. Yeah.
And this, of course, is the dining room. They would feed up to 50 or more people. And what they do is they take several of these tables, open them up down the hall to have a place for everybody to sit, and the important people would sit in here. Okay?
Amazing. This is beautiful.
This was, we believe, is Belgian crystal, and it's been hanging here for a very long time. And it was candles at one point, but she had it electrified. So, then if you
Come. Oh, they're
you want to walk out here.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Now this is not original to the house. Mrs. Tears built this in 1912 or something, and it was just a screen porch.
Okay.
But they would eat breakfast and lunch out here, but then by dinner time, it was getting so hot that they couldn't stay around here. And of course now, see, when the foundation took over, we had to put the glass around it. So it's not hot now, but if you here during the summer,
I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine this wicker. I don't even think they make things like this anymore. This wicker.
they make wicker, but it's not like that.
Yeah, but it's not like that. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. And this will give you a clue of the original house. And see, here is the, if you stand back, you can see on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So we know that there was not this wasn't here.
This wasn't here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Then let's go in here. Now this is the butler's pantry. This is not the kitchen.
Right.
This is where all the work happened. And of course, if you was a guest here, you would never see this because only the owner and the workers
Came in here. Okay.
Well, you had the bare floor, the bare bulbs hanging down. So
And these are the original floors too,
this
already.
is just work. This is just where the work happened.
Yeah.
And bless their hearts, it was a lot of work because they raised their own meat, they grew their own veggies, because there were no Publix and Walmarts or anything to go to. So, but this is where they would serve. The butler would take your food out to you and pick up your plate, come back in. This is their some of their utensils, some of their you can see how big they are, the soup tureens.
Yeah, this is they're
This provided they put water in that for steam, and that would keep your bread warm. And the rolling pin, their tea kettle, their coffee pot, and all is over there. And of course, that's the dishwasher. And 9 times out of 10, they would start on the next meal before they finished the first one. It was a lot of work.
a lot of work. Yeah, I can imagine. I can just imagine. Well,
Do you have any questions about anything?
well, no questions. I'll just. I mean, I think this pretty much covers it. If you don't mind me, just walking around the grounds and just seeing.
Oh no, we don't mind.
Just walking around. I probably won't
did she
see
give
too.
you a little mount?
Yes, I got it in my pocket. That's what fell out. But yeah, thank you so much.
I
Yeah.
want you to walk.
So that tall building is a water tower. Okay.
Yeah, when she put in the bathrooms and hot and cold running water, she had to do that. The little one there is an aviary because the senator grew macaws.
Avery?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, right.
and they would sleep in there at night. And in the mornings, he'd open it up and they'd fly all over Tallahassee and come back and roost.
Oh, okay.
Overnight.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't notice there was a name for Avery. Okay.
But then the carriage house is back here, and I told you it looks a little different than the original one.
And what's a carriage house exactly?
That is where she stored her Cadillac.
Oh,
When she
okay.
come down from New York,
Right.
it would. She would go to the train track stopped in Thomasville. You know where Thomasville?
Oh,
is?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, the track stopped there.
Oh.
So they would come down from New York there, and then her chauffeur would drive her and her Cadillacs here. So she had to build something to keep everything in.
Right. Okay.
This over here is like a tennis court. You can see the galvanized.
Yeah, I
Now
see it
it's
all the way in the
Kentucky
back.
Garden.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you, when you're walking around and you see the little signs, that little, see the green sign?
Right.
That
It'll kind of
gives
tell you
little,
a little idea what it is.
That
Okay.
gives you a little, and you
Okay.
please feel free. The greenhouse is back here, and
And that's okay.
and of course the carriage house now is she would flip if she seen it today compared to what it was back then. But
Yeah. Yeah,
it's great for weddings and all because you have the bride's side and the groom's side.
I definitely appreciate, the history, the rich history, and looking at how
it's a
people,
great thing to have
you
here
know,
in Tallahassee.
yeah.
But I'll be in here if you have any questions. There is a bathroom in here.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay.
But yeah, please feel free to
Yeah,
walk
I'll come
around
by, you
and-
know what I mean, and just say bye to you. You know what I mean?
Okay,
When I
yeah,
leave,
that'd be
I'm just going to
great.
make a quick little round
Oh,
circle.
that's
So,
fine.
all right, thank you now.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, ma'am. All right, just taking a little tour around. Just looking around. That's all I'm doing. Looking around. So it says the Great Cottage, that antebellum structure, is one of the oldest on the property. 2 cisterns beneath the building suggest it functioned as a dairy. This is what she described as the aviary. This little building right here. And this is the water tower. Hey, how you doing? Right. The building down there is where she had her, she described that she had the Cadillac, the chauffeur drive her from Thomasville, and she had to house her vehicles down there. This being the laundry cottage. Walk down here and just read the little sign here for this building. Because of the carriage house. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Like she said, I think there were only four of these buildings are original, and the rest are what's considered as mock-ups generally. As mock-ups. That's where I just came from right there. That's where I just came from. That is a large live oak right there. Very large. Well, pretty much does it. It's dds02d. Till next time. See you next time.